2 years ago, we sold everything and bought 40 acres of unorganized land in the Canadian wilderness. We live completely off-grid in 2 trailers connected by a bridge. Our goal is to be mortgage and debt-free while we build a home and homestead. Winter up here is serious. Sometimes it gets colder than -30. There's a lot of snow, and when you leave the property for over a day, you're not sure what you're coming back to. We were gone for 1 week over Christmas, and while we were away, the biggest snowstorm we've had this winter hit the property. So today, Chi is hiking back in through the deep snow to check on everything and get things going again after being gone. So stick around, friends. This is Off Grid with Gina and Chi.
So friends, winter here is going strong. We're getting another snowfall here, close to say 8 inches of snow this time. So between harvesting some wood and clearing snow, I've been pretty busy. So I still have to cut and split all this stuff. This is not dry stuff. I have a few dry ones over there that I have to cut and split still. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to make much progress here with the wood as much as I hoped for. Still haven't started clearing out this area over here to help the solar panels. As you can see, there's barely any sunlight today, so I didn't even bother cleaning the solar panels. Yeah, we've been using quite a bit of wood. As I explained in previous videos, we only have softwoods around here, so it takes more to be able to get as much heat as it would take for hardwoods. So it's hard to keep up, especially in winter conditions. Just yesterday, as I was coming back from town, I went to go get some supplies, and a tree fell on the road. Luckily, it was like a 5-minute walk to over here, so I came, grabbed my chainsaw, went over there, and then I was able to make my way. It's quite windy here at the moment. Anyways, yeah, I gotta start bringing the chainsaw with me, or some type of saw or axe in the car, just in case if it happened further down the road, like to the highway to my house is around like 8 kilometers. So if it was at the beginning of the road, I would be in trouble. So I gotta make sure I have a chainsaw in the car or something. All right, so the snow is still going a little bit, but not as much. So I was busy doing some things here and there, but now I can finally take care of the snow. So let me go and start the tractor, get the snowblower going, and hopefully this year I'll break less shear bolts than I did last year. All right, so broke my first shear bolt here. It wasn't really that I hit anything. I think I just started I turned on the PTO to start turning the snow blower, but I had the engine at a high speed. So I think what happens is, if it starts off at a high speed, it breaks this shear bolt right here. I was kind of being careful, just lowering the RPMs before I turned it on, but I forgot, and I think that's what happened. Anyways, I'm gonna go change that. It's gonna get dark here, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film, but yeah, I still have a kilometer to go over here. Yeah, that's around, like, let's say close to 10 inches. So probably have to go 3 times to be able to cover the width of the road. So that's gonna be a while. Probably gonna be here for 2-3 hours or more. Bluetti has sent us the Elite 400 portable power station. Now, the Elite 400 is a bit bigger than your average portable power station, and that's because it has a 3,840 watt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. This battery will give you over 4,000 cycles and over a 10-year lifespan. You can charge it super fast when you combine the 1,800 watts from the AC plug with the 1,000 watts from your solar input. So with the input of 2,800 watts, you can get it from 0 to 80% in 70 minutes. So this unit has 9 outlets, so you don't have to be switching between devices. It has your standard 12 volts, 10 amp cigarette lighter outlet. It has 2 USB-Cs, 100 watts, and 2 15 watts USB-As. And it also has your 120 volts pure sine wave, 20 amp outlets, so 4 of them. And although this unit is a bit bigger than your average unit, this extendable handle and wheels make it super easy to move it around. So especially when you're in snowy and icy conditions, you don't want to be carrying heavy things around. So it's much safer this way. The Elite 400 is rated for 2,600 watt continuous and power lift of 3,900. So I'm going to plug in some appliances now to test it out. Let's try my toaster oven. Alright, so that's drawing 1,700 watts. Now I'm going to add my grilled cheese maker here. So now I'm drawing close to 2,500 watts and no issues here. Now this kettle is 1800 and that's close to 1800 too, so that would go over the 2600 watts. But I just turned it on and off to test out the power lift mode, and yeah, it's able to handle that for a few seconds. And just like with the other Bluetti products, it also has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which makes it super easy to monitor and control using the Bluetti app. So friends, recently we got a snowstorm and some areas got over 2 feet of snow, and a lot of people stayed without power. So you don't want to be left without power in an emergency. So make sure you guys check out Bluetti. The links are going to be down in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And once again, thanks Bluetti for partnering with us.
Embracing the storm, guys. I'm not coordinated enough for this. Goodness. Whew. They're snowed in. Los cachorros estão gostando.
So it's a blizzard here if you haven't noticed. We came to visit some family. Back at our place it's probably looking similar, if not worse.
We're worried if structures will collapse, but we'll find out when we get there. A lot of people said that they want to see me on the channel. There you go, guys.
I'm making my way back to the property. I took some time off for the holidays to spend some time with the family, but unfortunately leaving the property and coming back is a bit more complicated than when I used to live in the city. I used to leave my furnace on a low temperature and not have to worry about anything. Well, things here are different. I had to make sure to winterize the trailer. I made sure to empty out all the water lines so nothing would freeze. But unfortunately, the temperatures dropped dramatically. So it's like -30 Celsius. So it's gonna be tough getting back in, especially the batteries. They do not like this kind of temperatures. I think the discharge should be at least -20 to be able to discharge the batteries. So it's gonna be tricky getting things going again. But I think the first thing I gotta do when I get home is turn on the wood stove, because it doesn't need any electricity, so it can start warming up all the batteries. I also need to start the tractor so I can plow the road, so so I can use the snowblower to clear the road. But the tractor is also super cold, so I'm gonna have to turn on the generator to be able to turn on the tractor. But I might have to warm up the propane so I can turn on the generator, because yeah. Anyways, stick around, friends. I'll take you guys along with me for the journey. And of course I'm gonna have to hike the 1 kilometer because my car will not be able to go on the road. So I'll park my car and make my way to the property, and then eventually after I clear the road I'll be able to bring in my car. It's gonna be a little tricky because it's pretty cold and I have nowhere to warm up. I gotta get that wood stove going ASAP. Alright friends, so this is the end of the line here. From here on, I'm on my own. I don't know if you ever walked in snow, but it's a bit more tiring. It's almost like you're walking on the sand on the beach, except it's like 3 times harder. So it's quite tiring. I'm almost there. Just a little bit more to go. It does look beautiful though. There are some prints along the way. I think these are hares. Almost like those big bunnies. Might be wrong. And these ones might be grouse. I'm really bad at this, so you guys can correct me in the comments. Whew, I made it. My legs are killing me though. My solar panels are still standing. That's good, because we got quite a few strong winds. Now remember someone commenting that the structure was gonna break because of winds, but so far it's been pretty sturdy, and I did add a lot of bracing, so all right, home sweet home. Okay, so to run my wood stove, gotta get some wood from over there, but I have to clear the snow so I can get the wood. But I'm gonna take a 5-minute break to catch my breath here. Okay, so the temperature in here, it's close to negative 15, 16, which is close to 2-3 Fahrenheit. Not as bad as I thought. At least the batteries might be okay, at least to start my diesel heater. I was afraid if it was like negative 20, that below negative 20 they don't recommend running lithium ion phosphate batteries. Well, look at my dishwasher soap turn into a nice slushy over here. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of stuff that I left in the fridge, not a lot, just a few things. I had a few eggs and stuff, but unfortunately I think it must have frozen everything. So actually surprising, I had some juice in there. It doesn't seem like it's frozen, so I think being inside the fridge kind of kept the extreme cold out of it. Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to turn on my diesel heater. Yeah, so it uses a 12 volts energy source. Yes, to run the fans and the ignition. Let me plug it in, see if the battery will work. Alright, so far so good. Now it has a controller. So far so good. Let's see if it's gonna kick on. So last year I learned that this thermostat that I bought does not turn on if the temperature is below 0 Celsius. So even if I put it to heat over here, it just will not turn on the furnace because this thing needs to be above 0 Celsius to work, which I think it's stupid, but that's how it is. So in order to get my furnace in the other trailer to run, I have to warm this up and even keep a hair dryer next to it until it's able to get above 0 degrees, so it will stay on. It's a little annoying, but it is what it is. Actually, last time I didn't know what was wrong with the thermostat, so I just created a jump wire to connect the leads, but now I forgot which one goes where, so I don't even want to waste time researching that right now. So I'm just gonna warm this up and then turn it on. I don't hear the diesel pump kicking in yet.
Supply voltage overrun.
Okay, had some problem with the supply voltage, as I feared. Alright, so I hooked up a jump starter to the battery and I was able to get it going. The first ignition takes a lot of amps, but after it's on, so far I unplugged the jump starter from the battery and it seems to be working now. And my hands are freezing. Alright, I warmed this up a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to go now. Yeah, no luck. My 12-volt system on this other side is shut off. I think the battery probably shut itself off because of the cold temperatures. So, gotta charge the battery first. I gotta warm up the battery first, charge it, and then I'll be able to run my furnace over there. In the meantime, I already got the diesel heater working. I'm gonna work on getting some wood now so I can get the wood stove going as well. Actually, I had some power on my Bluetti AC200 and it's working, so I plugged in my trailer. And now my 12-volt system is back on. My battery is self-heating, so I was able to plug in the AC system and now it's charging the battery or warming up the battery. But anyways, there's current on my 12-volt system, so I should be able to turn on the furnace now. Yeah, kicked on. Nice. Yeah, I'm very lucky. Very blessed to have such great neighbors. One of my neighbors just messaged me. I think he came with his snowmobile and packed a trail for me. He asked if we're okay, so it's really nice to have such good neighbors. Let me go get some wood, get the wood stove going, and then work on getting the tractor started. I didn't need kindling for the longest time. because I always kept the wood stove running when I was here. I think since winter started, I only started this wood stove once, and I kept it going ever since. Yeah, to clean the chimney, I let it die out once, but other than that, I've been able to keep the fire going all the time. So my diesel heater has been on for like over an hour. When I got here, I think it was like -15, around -15. And now it's like -7 in here, so it's warming up. But now with the wood stove, it should go much faster. So this is the water I use to prime my pump so I can get water in here. So it's gonna be a little while until I can use it. So while I work on cleaning the road, I'm gonna put it over here near the wood stove so it can start to melt. Yeah, and before I left, I emptied out the totes, disconnected the RV pump. I pumped air into the water lines using the city water connection of my trailer. I also emptied out all my filters, the drinking water reverse osmosis, and also my main water filter and UV lamp filter. So I usually take this opportunity to change my filters, which was already past due. But first I'm gonna work on the road, and then after I'll work on the water. So I want to thank everyone that left me a bunch of tips and suggestions about my tractor. And I think the most popular one was that I should not leave the tractor outside in the elements. Now, let me explain why did I leave the tractor out here. Last year I had it inside the garage over there on the other side. But this year I wanted to keep it close to where I had the power. So I'm keeping all my electrical stuff here so I can plug in the tractor when it's very cold. If it's all the way over there, I'm not sure I have an extension cord that will reach. It's quite far, and that's why I left the tractor here. I assumed it would be fine because when I drive past places that sell tractors, I always see all their tractors outside in the elements, so I thought it should be fine. But I guess they're not using those tractors, so they just stay parked for the whole winter, right? So yeah, makes sense. So from now on, I'm gonna be keeping the tractor inside the other garage. And again, thanks guys for all the suggestions. But right now I'm gonna try to start my generator, which is snowed in over here. I still have to build a proper shelter for it. So I'm gonna clear the snow all around it, see if I can get it started, and then plug in the tractor so it can start warming up. So hopefully I can get it started soon. Oh boy, I forgot to clear out the exhaust for the diesel heater. I guess it took care of itself. Today the sky's kind of open. It would be nice to get some solar energy, but the batteries are still way too cold. So let's go clean up some snow. So I cleared this area, and over there some spots are like 12 to 16 inches and other spots are like 2 feet or over 24, depending how the wind blows. But yeah, I gotta go slow. I already broke a shear bolt because I was going kind of fast that way, so I have to kind of take it slow so I don't break the shear bolt on the snowblower. In here I turned on the body heater to help warm up faster, and I'm already at 10 positive with the wood stove. My diesel heater gave an error again. I think the battery is low, so I can't charge it yet. But I filled up some more wood over here, so slowly but surely. Friends, it's pretty cold. It's -28. And I just noticed you can actually see smoke coming out of my hand. It's not smoke, but it's just because outside is so cold and my hand is warm. Can you guys see it? That was pretty interesting. In here we're nice and cozy. It's close to 25 over here Celsius. Good morning, friends. It's a nice day here today. The sun's out. It's been a while. Well, the day that I got here was kind of the sun did come out also, but I was so busy I didn't have time to contemplate. But today I'm gonna have time to clear up my panels and hopefully get a good charge on my batteries. So before I do that, I have a bunch of snow here that I'm gonna use the tractor to blow it out of the way so it can be easier for me to do this. So I'm gonna go grab the tractor, clear this out and then start cleaning the snow off the panels. So last night was one of the coldest nights this year yet. I know the year just started, but even comparing with last year. And I have a small body heater under my trailer, and it just wasn't able to keep up. It stayed, well, almost kept up. It was like negative 0.5 Celsius. So it's might not freeze anything under there, but I was cutting it close. Although the body heater was set on the low setting, it has a low and a high. If I had left it on the high, it would have been fine. But also the difference in temperature from outside to inside under the skirting is like 28 degrees. So I mean, I can't expect much from a small heater on low. So yeah, I have the foil bubble wrap all around this trailer over here. Over there is where I go to put in the heater. This setup is not the greatest right now because I have to clear up the snow every time I want to get in there, and it's just not the best. Over here I have my propane. Made a little or less. I have my propane, my battery for this trailer, and yeah, the heater's right under there. Although it's hard to have access from here because the frame is too low to the ground, so I don't have space to get in there, and there's too much stuff going on here to get the heater in here as well. So that's the only place that I found easy to be able to put the heater there. But I might be getting an upgrade for my heating system under here soon, so I'll let you guys know. Well, I plugged in the tractor to the power to warm it up because it's been super cold, and I don't think it's gonna start that easily, so I'm gonna let it warm up a bit. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to make my way to that other solar panel array over there. And just clear that side.
Were you dreaming?
So the material for this tent already ripped before. So I threw on this tarp on a previous episode, and I've been trying to keep the snow off of it so that it doesn't rip again. Oh boy, my arm is killing me. It was a lot of snow. A while ago, a neighbor gave me a snowblower that needs a new wheel and a couple more things, but should be running. Maybe I should get that thing going. I think it could be quite helpful here to go through these areas. Now I've got the other side to do here. Alright, so I got lazy on the side here. I left like around 12-16 inches of snow on the ground here. Maybe once I get the blower going, I'll come back in here. I should be fine for now. There's not so much pressure being pushed that way, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't collapsed. Some places there's like over 1 foot of snow here. So this is my water line that goes up to my trailer to fill up my water totes. A lot of people were suggesting that I put heating wire or that I bury it underground. But since my water pump is above ground, I would have to disconnect it either way. And I'm off grid, so I don't have a lot of energy to put heating wires. But I put this water line on a slope so that once I'm done pumping, I just leave it over here and it drains out completely. And I haven't had issues, so it's been working great. And I also have this quick connect fitting that makes it easier to connect to the pump. So this is where the water line goes into my trailer. I leave this open so that the air can get out of the pipe, and also when I'm emptying out the pipe so that the air can get in so the water flows out. Also, I built a platform over here to put the totes on top of, and it's been working great. I make sure to put 500 liters in each one, so I fill each tote halfway, so that way the weight is okay for the trailer to support it. I also added some wood blockings underneath the frame of the trailer where the totes are, so that all the weight is supported all the way to the ground. And obviously I keep it inside so it doesn't turn into a giant popsicle. home cooked meal?
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Stay. Stay. Go. Still have to move all the snow from the sides here, and the snow over here, it's almost taller than the shed, so I gotta do something about that as well. I don't think last year was as bad as this. I think this year we got a lot more snow than last year, and we're not even done yet. Well, friends, again, thank you so much for all the suggestions and tips that you guys leave me in the comments. We really appreciate those. And thank you for everyone that stuck around till the end, and we'll see you next time.